From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's Nick Petro with your routine Thursday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. This briefing covers the period today through next Wednesday through the, actually that should be the 6th of May, but basically through the middle of next week. So let's kind of jump right into it. It's been a busy morning, of course. So I grabbed this screenshot here of the radar on the far left. This was as of 11 o'clock. I'll pull up the live radar here in just a minute. But, I wanted to kind of, the point here of this slide is to show you that the threat for severe thunderstorms has ended across central North Carolina. And the heavy rain, which is basically along and just east of I-95, will continue to move east today. By 3 p.m., that heavy rain band will be across the eastern portions of central North Carolina, head towards the Outer Banks, and it'll move off the coast by this evening. But look at, you'll notice some spotty light shower activity depicted in this particular model that will kind of basically passing showers, scattered light showers will be possible the rest of today and tonight. And it'll be kind of on the cooler side. So anyway, that's what's expected the rest of the day. Let me show you live radar. And it's just, you can see the threat for the heaviest rain is basically approaching Pitt County and exiting out of Edgecombe County and heading towards easternmost portions of North Carolina. But also, let me remove radar for a second, and you'll see, look at that temperature difference there. 75 at Cape Hatteras, 72 at Morehead City versus, 55 at Winston-Salem. And you can see how that temperature just kind of basically crashes right behind the line. So that's kind of a cold front bringing a change of air mass and certainly, a change of course for temperatures. All right, so let's head to the next slide. So how much rain has fallen in the past 24 hours? And when I grabbed this screenshot, this was a little bit ago, so let me go back to my live data here so I can have the most recent values. And by the way, I will point out that this webpage I'm on right now is publicly accessible. So let me load all the networks here. This is 24-hour rainfall, and I'll show you in a minute how to get to this webpage. But basically, you could see some of these rainfall amounts. Look at 2 to 3 inch amounts, even some 3-inch amounts here across the Piedmont and Western Piedmont. Generally, a solid swath of 2-inch rainfall amounts across the Triad region. And then it almost looks like there was a little bit of a break in the Sandhills area and the southern US 1 corridor, and then the rain got heavy again as it moved across the Triangle. Now you're probably wondering, well, what about the eastern part of the state? Well, that's where the rain's falling right now. So these numbers will obviously will increase as we head through the afternoon. The rain just hasn't gotten there yet. So anyway, with rainfall amounts exceeding 2 inches across the, you can see here, you can probably figure out where all this rain's going to go. It's going to go right into the Neuse River. And where's all this rain in the Triad going to go? It's going to go into the Yadkin. And some of this is going to end up in the Haw. So some of this is going to end up in the Tar. So clearly we're already seeing rises in streams and creeks, and certainly that rain will make its way into the rivers. So how do you get to this? Just real quick, if you just go to weather.gov/Raleigh, weather.gov/Raleigh, click on current conditions. Whoops, I clicked, sorry about that, let me back. Weather.gov/Raleigh and click on observations map. Okay, and then that'll take you to the web page I was just at. And from there, you can turn, let me just back up again, just so everybody can see where I got this from. Weather.gov/Raleigh, current conditions, observation map, this one right here, under the current conditions. And then from there, you can click on this observation tab. Let me put a highlighter on my mouse so make it a little bit easier to see. But right here in the observations area, you can click on that. And from there, you can load, change this station plot. You can change that to precipitation. And then you could change the duration to any duration you want all the way out to 72 hours. All right. And if you want to have more density, more dense obs, you click on it like that. So anyway, that's how I got to that, in case folks are wondering. All right, sorry about diverting a little bit from the briefing, but anyway, rainfall values across eastern North Carolina will increase too as the heavy rain is moving into that part of the state. Streams and creeks are running high across the area, so localized urban and poor drainage flooding and flooding of the usual low spots. That is ongoing in some spots and will remain possible through this evening. Now, all that water's got to go somewhere. Where's it going to go? It's going to go into the rivers. So certainly the Neuse River is going to be affected. Right now, we're only expecting minor flooding of the Neuse, particularly at Smithfield. We'll keep an eye on this. If it looks like it's performing rainfall-wise, then these may need to be updated. But it looks like by the time it gets down to Goldsboro, it's going to level out a little bit. Now, the other places I mentioned, the Yadkin River at Yadkin College, that's forecast to go into flood. And I suspect, gut feeling is that probably the Haw River will find its way into at least action stage, I bet. And then the Tar River, Tarboro, looks like that's headed into minor flood too. So, a good inch, 2.5 inches of rain. This is what happens. So we're going to get a little bit of minor, that is, river flooding. All right. So moving on beyond today's weather, here's the weather pattern for the rest of the next 6 days or so. Scattered light showers will be possible the rest of today and tonight, and again on Friday with cool temperatures during this time. And then high pressure will give us fair weather Saturday through the daytime hours on Sunday. We'll be seeing mid-80 temperatures by Sunday, so warming up Saturday and Sunday. And then rain chances will increase again as a series of slow-moving fronts move across the region. So there'll be rain chances Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, probably again on Wednesday. Right now, widespread severe storms are not expected with the weather system early next week. However, this time of year, we can never rule out at least isolated severe thunderstorms with any weather systems that affect our area. Always stay tuned for updates during the severe weather season because minor changes in the pattern can either increase or decrease the severe weather threat. All right. And speaking of severe weather potential for the next 3 days, basically the threat for severe storms has ended for today across central North Carolina. And here's the Storm Prediction Center weather outlooks, severe weather outlooks, that is, at a glance. So predictability, at least at this point for early next week, is too low. That doesn't mean there won't be a risk. It just means there's not enough signals in the data right now. How much rain? Well, by the end of today, we'll see on average between 1 to 2.5 inches of rain across central North Carolina. Any additional rain tonight should amount to less than 1/4 inch, and then dry on Saturday and Sunday. And then a slow-moving front will give us some additional rain early next week. All right, the following week would suggest temperatures averaging below normal, and about no odds for either above or below normal precip. So I always like to see below normal temperatures myself this time of year because severe thunderstorms feed off warmth and humidity. So when I see the blue on the left side of the screen, to me, I think, man, that's good. I'll take that because, April into May is the peak of our severe weather season, and severe weather doesn't like colder temperatures. So I'll take that. All right, so wrapping it up here, moderate to occasionally heavy rain is currently moving east of the Triangle and east of I-95. The threat for severe thunderstorms has ended across central North Carolina for today. Scattered light showers are possible the rest of today, tonight, and again on Friday. Cool temps during this time. Things will warm up over the weekend. Fair weather, lots of sunshine Saturday, and dry on daytime hours on Sunday. And then we'll see rain back in the forecast early next week. All right, so remember the streams and creeks are running high. So watch out for localized poor drainage flooding and never drive through areas where water covers the roadway. And then we're looking for some minor flooding in the Neuse River at Smithfield, Tar River at Tarboro, Yadkin River at Yadkin College. Those are all the places where we have forecast the river to go into flood, minor flooding, that is. But things will get close elsewhere along the Neuse and also along the Haw River. There'll be some values there getting close to flood stage. All right, so that's it for today's Thursday routine briefing. Sorry we went a little long this time, but it's a busy weather day, so hope you enjoyed that. And of course, we will be emailing out these slides and posting them to our webpage and all the usual places. And then, of course, our next scheduled briefing will be next Monday morning, 11:30, same time, same place as usual. Unless something changes, and of course we'll be if something does change and changes for the worse, we'll be providing email updates and briefings as needed.